Hi, I'm Thomas Yakla, and this is my PLP 9 Alberta video. This land is us. For this project, I had the driving question: how does place affect wildlife, and how does place impact who we are? The answer I came up with is this: wildlife are always changing place, so each place they go affects them. It affects their size, their health, and their offspring. They change place because of migration, human impact, and other reasons. We went to many places along this trip. The first place I got some answers for my question was at the Wolf Sanctuary. It is just inside BC and a little outside Golden. I learned here that wolves are always impacted by place. Wolves that are bigger generally are in areas with bigger game, such as elk and moose. And wolves that are smaller generally are in places with less herbivores, so they have to eat smaller rodents. Now an interview from one of the employees at the Wolf Center.
Yep.
How do they kind of detect where all the highways are, and how things that humans have built and kind of invaded their habitats? How do they detect where that is?
So as a learning species, the pups are learning from the older wolves in the pack. So a lot of the times what we see in Banff is that alpha female, she's showing the pups that there's a lot of roadkill around train tracks. There's a lot of roadkill around highways, but there's also dangers as well. So they try, as best as we can assume, they try their best to teach pups where to stay healthy, where to stay fed, but also how to stay alive. And unfortunately, where we're coming in is really confusing for them. In the past 10 years, we've seen a huge increase in wolves getting hit by cars because exactly that. We're coming in at a faster rate than they can learn how to stay away from us.
The next place we went is Lake Minnewanka. Wildlife is known to be on the shores of this big lake in the Rockies. Here's an interview with our guide.
I was wondering we're a wildlife group, so I was wondering how the monocultural side of the lake affects the wildlife that live in the area in the park.
So how the monoculture side of the lake, the lodgepole pine side, our south shore, affects the wildlife. It because the pine trees grow so close together, it takes away grasses and flowers and berries and things to grow, which is the food for a lot of our herbivores, right? So our herbivores spend very little time over on that side of the lake, which means our predators don't spend a lot of time over there either, but wolves.
For our final stop, we went to Leo Downey's Buffalo Ranch. It's just outside Golden, BC. This ranch really gave me a lot of information about bison and how they're impacted by place. Bison are impacted by place. It affects where they go and how they move. They always move in herds. They were near hunted to extinction in the 1800s. After this era in buffalo history, bison were brought back by multiple groups. Now, here's an interview with Leo Downey, the owner of this ranch.
So how long have you been doing the bison farm for?
21 years. I've been here 21 years from California. Yeah, and I'm grateful for there's been some real hard times. I'm not saying it's all easy at all, but I'm really so grateful to live in Canada and live here. It's a great community, Golden, really good people, and yeah, I love it.
Okay, my question